it off. There, now we're recording again.
Okay. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Monday evening community call. My name is Robin Blank Mascari. Gregory and I are here to host this call together and to do some wonderful celebrations. We get together to share updates, our weekly schedule. One of my favorite parts is celebrating people through the ranks, and that's what we get to do tonight. So let's get underway. So I am going to turn things over to our executive director, Connie Lucas, so she can introduce her new director.
Well, thank you, Robin. I am really, really excited. Robin Hoffman has been a director now for 4 weeks, and she comes from Edmonton, Canada. And the one thing about Robin, I was so blessed that she agreed to join my team because she's a professional in everything she does, and her team raves about her trainings, about her support. She's just creating a really great culture within her team. And she leads by example. She's not somebody that manages people, but actually, leads by doing. And one of the things I noticed over this past time we spent is that although all of us have had challenges through COVID, those of you from Canada have had some particularly challenging times, even more so than some of us in the rest of the world. And so, despite all of those challenges, Robin never let the issues become the problem. She just succeeded despite all those issues. So, come on, Robin Hoffman. I'm excited to have you here. And then I'm going to turn it back to Robin Mascari so that she can go ahead and you guys can chat a bit.
Thank you, Connie. And it's the Robins and it's springtime. Congrats, Robin, you're still on mute. So why don't you unmute?
Sorry about that.
That's okay. Well, congratulations, my dear, on being one of our, it happened during Easter time, and this is the first time at work to be together to celebrate you. So we're thrilled to have you in our leadership team.
Thank you. I am honored and blessed, and I am just excited about the future of what we're doing together. So thank you.
It's a very bright future, and it's been kind of a bumpy road for several of us in this last year. And so Connie said some wonderful things that I absolutely agree with. We had met before, we never got to work together. You're amazing. I mean, she's the consummate professional. That is absolutely who you be. And so ever since I met you, you've been a student. So I'd love you to share with people on the call tonight. You know, we call this success leaves clues, and people want to know the people that are moving through the ranks, what are they doing? So why don't you share a little bit, Robin?
Awesome. So, you know how that one person you had on a little while ago, she was talking about using the letters of her name to have different words. I think the O in Robin stands for overcoming obstacles. So that's what I've deemed my O means. So, yeah. So when I first came into this company was last year, and it was right in the middle of COVID, and the company that I was with was a victim of COVID. And so I was looking for a opportunity to come into a great company. This one was chosen to be one of the best in the world from the advice that I was given by the next person who's coming on, who is Harris Williams, who is phenomenal and a good friend, and absolutely love him. So yeah, he gave me the advice to look into this company. I was so grateful to be able to do that, and very excited when I did my homework into this company. And of course, I called and talked to you guys pretty quickly. Harris brought me to you, and we had a conversation. Connie also brought me to you. We had a conversation about questions that I had about this company. And so you guys answered all those questions, which was really important to me. And then once I decided to jump in, I was all in. So I went in with the diamond kit, and I figured that if I'm going to do this business, I'm going to go all the way and do it quickly and with the best pack that was the right pack for me. So the first thing that I did was I plugged into the system. I wanted to know what the system was in the company, and I wanted to know what was available to me. There was no need to reinvent the wheel. The system is there and it's available. And so I plugged into that system right away. I asked who are my upline that I can call to ask questions, and who are they that I can use to do three-way phone calls, because I was certain to have a lot of questions. And so I found out who my upline was. I called my upline. You guys are also my upline. So, and I got to know you better, and I got to know others that you introduced to me better in the company, which is important, I think, to know who your upline is, who your family is, who your community is in this company. So that was something that I spent time doing. And I also did a getting started session with my upline, which I encourage everybody to do right away, so that you know what's available to you. The next thing that I looked for was what tools are available for me to use to build my business. And the tools are phenomenal in this. You guys have set up, you and Gregory and Robin have set up a great system to be able to start your business right away. You've got the getting started documents, you've got the nitty gritty 101, which has been in development now, is great. It's set up and phenomenal. The app, the InTouch app, is the best I've seen. And I'm very excited to use it. And every time I use it, there's a joy in using it, because it works so effectively and people are so receptive to it. I made my list of names, got my names together, and I immediately started calling people, as many people as I could on my list. And that allowed me to get my business started pretty quickly, get some customers, get some distributors started, and I haven't stopped since. And so that's just a little bit of what I did. I turned around then and I started asking the people downline, would you like to go to manager? Would you like to go to the first rank? Would you like to work towards building your business? And those that did, I helped them to get to manager. And two of those people went to manager. So one on my left, one on my right, which is the requirement for becoming a distributor or a manager. And those people then helped me to get to director. By helping those people to get to manager, I was able to get to director. And so I just repeated the process. And like you say, I'm a manager maker, and it's that simple. It's not easy, but it is simple. And so I encourage everybody to, get on board and do this because it is a wonderful opportunity. The company pays really, really well. And we get to help a lot of people. And that's so gratifying to me to be hearing the stories of people that come in that are able to have life-changing experiences, including like myself, which I also had a life-changing experience. So, yeah.
I remember that call.
Yeah.
Yeah, the overcoming obstacles. I'm going to remember that one. We all want a Robin on our team. She is just the embodiment of what we want to duplicate. Realizing this is a team sport, using the tools, doing your homework, and for people that are leaders. When leaders come into a new company, they do what Robin did, is they ask a lot of questions. They want to know, what's behind this company? Who are the people behind it? What's the science behind it? They want to learn all these things before they step and go all in like Robin did. But she got her questions answered, and that's a key thing. So one last final tidbit. I mean, Robin, you are an amazing student. And since I've gotten to work with you, which has been amazing, a privilege for me, really, is you just keep studying and studying, studying. You want to share just briefly what kind of things you're learning that are building your business right now?
So I first off want to make sure that I have the basics and the fundamentals right. And as things are being added into the nitty gritty, that's where I like to focus on, is what's new. And so I keep an eye on the what's new, and I do learn from there. And as the nitty gritty is adapted, I want to make sure that I know those updates as much as I can, so that I can refer those back to the new people that are coming in. and to make sure that everybody has the tools that are coming in. Because for me, it is all about breaking or making managers and helping people that are coming in, the new people, to become managers. They want to. Not everybody wants to. We want to support people where they are, but and what they want to do. But there are people that do want to become managers. So I want to give them the tools. I also want to know what I have available for customers. So I keep track of the nitty-gritty 101. I think that's really important to do. I also make sure that if there's any updates from the company, I want to learn those as well. But I also do a lot of personal development. So I like to read books. I like to get on events that are personal development events, so that I'm always improving and I'm always trying to, stay on top of what's current. And that's important. I think that's what, in the nitty gritty 101, you want to stay on top of what's current. So yeah, so stay plugged in, be close to the fire, make sure that you're close to the team, and make sure that you're aware of the updates that are coming in and the new trainings that are coming in. The corporate trainings are great. There's just a lot available to us in this company. And it's so exciting because it's all within our fingertips reach. So yeah.
Beautiful. Well, it is a joy to have you in our leadership team, and I'm so excited to keep learning from you. And I want to duplicate you a gazillion times, because this is what we want in this business, someone who understands, because when you came in, you didn't know this profession in your last company, and you became a student, and you're living proof. So Robin, congratulations, my dear. We're thrilled for you being director and beyond very soon. Okay, so now we get to pass things on to Gregory, because we have another director to celebrate this evening. And this one is the upline of the other two. So this is very fun. And Gregory, over to you.
Oh, thanks, Robin. Congratulations, other Robin, Robin Hoffman. You're an inspiration and a joy to work with. So thanks very much. And I got to tell you, this is a very exciting night for me, because, if I could take out a magic wand, when the penny dropped for me in LifeWave, when I got to meet David Schmidt and I went to the launch of the X39 product in March of 2020, I really got excited. And one of the first people I called after that says, Harris, you got to check this out. And Harris and I have been close friends and partners in business for 3 decades. And the timing wasn't quite right for him, because he was pretty successful in another company, and life was going on. But I just started the drip process. Harris, I know I sent you some samples. Every once in a while I give you a call and you say, hey, why don't you send some samples to this guy or send some samples to this girl? And one of those girls was Connie Lucas, one of those ladies. And we just kind of kept dripping on it. And you never know, things change, and things change for you and things change for us. So excited to have you in the game with us now, instead of, and as far as, Robin mentioned due diligence. I don't think anybody's done as much due diligence of LifeWave, as you have, spending hours and hours personally with David Schmidt, breaking bread, asking the tough questions, because we know as a CEO goes, so goes the company. So Harris, congratulations on this first little step. And I know you're fast tracking to some other steps pretty quickly, but welcome to the leadership team of LifeWave.
Well, thank you, Gregory and Robin. And, it's, obviously, I think, we get that, longer we're in this business, in this community of lifting other people up. I always find it's when you first get started, you kind of look in the mirror and you kind of enjoy the recognition. But I got to be honest with you, after 40 years of being in this profession, it's not about me. I mean, yes, I did share, the products with other people, because honestly, Gregory, it was about Robin with me. I saw this unbelievable result she had when her knee replacement didn't go well. She was in a lot of pain. You were both out here at my house in Florida. She was had a cane. She looked like she was aging. She was, not in the best state, because I know what a lover of life and what just honestly an angel that Robin is. And then I saw her a year later in Golden, Colorado, and I couldn't believe the transformation. And I just said, Robin, what the heck is going on? And she explained, the LifeWave technology and how she tried this patch. She was getting ready to do what I did, being a beat up old athlete, where I'd had spent $15,000 or more in stem cell injections, which are painful and they don't always work. And you're right, they're not covered by insurance. And when she told me about this, whole concept of phototherapy, or, and what it did and how it made a difference, the biggest thing for me is I know Robin's heart, and she looked happy. She looked like she used to look. She looked 10 years younger. She didn't have the cane. And I just said, hey, I'm open to trying the patch. I'm not interested in the business, and nor were you either, if you recall. And so for me, at this point in my life, hey, look, what we share with people and what we, basically believe in, I believe that you have to spend some time and do your due diligence. When we were younger and probably a little dumber, when it came down to understanding that, we got all excited about any kind of a opportunity and maybe a product result. But for me, I take responsibility for what I share with other people. And so, yes, I want to try the product. Yes, I wanted to meet the owner. I spent, God knows, I don't know how many tens of hours of David Schmidt interviewing him, asking him questions. I went out to San Diego to meet with him. I met him in Florida a couple of times. I've been on many Zooms. I kind of went over and sat in the back of the room for your one conference you had, a little over a year ago in Las Vegas, and took in everything that was going on with this company. Because for me, we have a huge responsibility when we share an opportunity for people to put their heart into it. And as Robin shared and Connie shared, it's so important that we've done our due diligence. It's not just buying into somebody's story that had a result. That's important, but what's more important is to look behind the curtain, see what's there. Is the science there? Is there a long-term, business plan? Is there a community? Is there the openness to change and pivot and make it better? And, and honestly, for me, when I sat down for hours with David, I never heard him talk about money. I never heard him talk about the business opportunity. I heard about this life-changing technology and how he helped me with every person who tried the patch. And I mean, that is an honor for someone who's a genius and a scientist like David. And also you and Robin. I mean, this is the best up team I've ever had in 40 years. And, I wouldn't even be director if it wasn't for the fact you both have thrown your heart over the bar for Connie and for, Ann and for, certainly Robin and on and on and on, Dr. Ackland. And that's important because I've never had a great up team. And I knew that you guys would build this community. And I think in this day and age, we understand the glue is in the community. Yes, the technology is one of a kind. We don't have to sit there and say my lotion, potion, powder, pill is better than yours and try to convince people against their will. We have a technology that there is no competition in. But the missing piece for me was also having this amazing up team in the community and what you guys do. We had this, workshop leadership retreat in Sarasota, Siesta Key last week. And to watch both of you be there, be so present and throw your heart over the bar, Robin's. To me, that's what it's all about. I just leveraged into it. I'm fortunate that I figured it out, right? That it's never going to be about, just me. It's about me being a servant leader and helping the next person and plugging them in and clapping for them. That's what it's all about. And I shared the taproot concept of making sure you take responsibility for every person that you bring in. And as soon as you bring them in, you plug them into Gregory and Robin, you plug them into the team. You don't leave it up to somebody else who just came in. I don't care how great they are, because they'll never have the same belief that Robin and Gregory and this amazing up team has. So yeah, it's been to me, it's the beautiful, opportunity that we have in relationship marketing that we can leverage We don't have all the answers when we first come in. We don't have all the belief. We don't have the product results that Robin or the business results that you both have had. So we leverage into you. And through that leverage, we can borrow our belief system. We can borrow our product, stories and our business stories. And what we do is we get people to get that, because everybody, when they first come in, they don't know. All they can do is, leverage in. And some people haven't had the best belief or experience in our profession. And, they maybe didn't know what to ask or what to look for when they came into a company, and the questions to ask and to do the due diligence, because, we always want to believe, right? I mean, that's what we are. Humans are, we want to believe the best in people. But I've found out that you've got to go deep. You got to dig deep. I spent almost 8 months doing my due diligence, with LifeWave, trying the product, asking David a lot of questions, asking you and Robin a lot of questions. And, and this is the result of it. So the directorship for me is all because of you and Robin and Connie and certainly Robin, Hoffman and Victoria and everybody else. I mean, I know where it came from. So I need to raise my game. I need to become better. And I promise you I will. So it's just a pleasure to be on the, Zoom. It's very humbling, because all I really did was get out of the way and let, the people that honestly understood what this opportunity was. And honestly, I needed a break. We all go through things in life. I had a mother and broke both her legs last year separately, and was in rehab during COVID. My father was not doing well. I have a son in college. I had a lot of people when the company decided to shut the doors and go e-commerce that were scrambling. And it was after 22 years, I needed help. I needed friends. I needed a great up team, and you did it. Gregory and Robin are awesome. And this team that Connie and Robin Hoffman and Ann and Victoria and so many of you that are building. Hey, look, I just try to remove obstacles, right? Do the best I can. But that's the beauty of this profession, is that we can all lean on each other. We can all pull together. And that's really what makes it so special.
Wow. We say a lot of the same things at the same time.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a big wow. It's just such a joy, Harris, because, like I said, I don't think anybody's done as much due diligence as you did. And, after being locked in with one company for over 20 years, it's a big change. It's a huge change. It's like, changing partners, changing homes, changing companies. It's a big deal. And so, thank God for the pioneering work of some of your team that went before you that, tried the products, had good results, plugged into the system. And Robin and I have worked diligently since we started to create an environment and a success system we finally call the Live Younger Success System. So people can plug in and participate and feel like they're part of something, and try to kind of create a paint by numbers program. Start here, do this, then do this, then do this.
Right.
Yeah. So
well,
yeah.
and I think a great example is Connie. Connie and I had worked together in this other company, and Connie had never had the kind of success she deserved. I mean, her husband and her are awesome. They both have traditional businesses that they run independently. Connie was like my biggest customer getter ever in that company, because she has such love for people, and she's so focused, and she's so determined, and she's a walking billboard for what you should do as an up team. And I love that about her. But she couldn't figure out the duplication piece. And I said, you are going to become a master. But just like you became a master in the hair salon business and the color business, you got to pay your dues. We paid our dues, Gregory. We know that I don't know how many tens of thousands of hours. I went from living room to living room, on an airplane to a hotel to another city to another country with you. Because it used to be when Gregory would call me, I'd say, so where do you want me to move, Gregory? And today we can do it literally digitally and Zoom, like we are here tonight on this incredible Zoom that we're on. But I just want to send out my thanks to Connie, because I really believe Connie is an example of paying her dues. And you paid your dues, Robin paid her dues, I've paid mine. And, but now it's time to be servant leaders. And that is paying it back, giving it back, helping the next person who wants it, who sees it, get there as well. But we all have to pay our dues. But the beautiful thing is you don't have to do it by yourself. We do it together and we can lift each other up. And that's the beautiful, elegant part of this amazing, mystery of life called relationship marketing.
Beautiful. Well, Harris, it's just such a joy to be in business, be in community with you again. It's been a while and it was worth the wait. So congratulations on this first step and putting a trailblazer like Connie in it before you to kind of test the waters.
Connie, one thing for sure, she's going to make sure that, that I do what I'm supposed to do, because I kind of salute and tell her, whatever you want, General Connie, I'm in. And I do think that women are the power, honestly. And I think guys need to get this, this because Robin is like, they put a few angels on the planet. Robin's certainly one of them. And Connie and so many women are, because they're the backbone of our business. And I think what I can say to all the guys out there is all we should do is remove obstacles and help them, because they're the power. They're the power source. And, you see it through all the interviews you've done. And I wouldn't be on the call tonight if it wasn't for Connie and Robin and Ann and Victoria and so many other powerful women. And I love that because I get it. It took me a long time to get that, but I do understand that. And all I can say is this is an incredible team. We're going to change a lot of lives. We're going to help a lot of people. And I'm there for, anyone that needs help as well.
Sign me up.
I think you're in already, but I would love to do that.
Connie, if you want to jump in for a minute or two, go ahead and do so. There she is.
I would say, amen, brother. I had said in there, Harris, you said it, and you always said it. It was shooting those free throws. How many free throws does an NBA player throw before he gets good at them and can hit them? And that's what it is. It's been, you had me learning, practicing. The more three-way calls you do, the more daily method of operation, reaching out to people, talking to people. All those are just skills that you learn to develop as you go. And it was a blessing that you took me under your wing and basically taught me this industry. And I love this industry. I'm doing my best to remove myself out of traditional work and do only this industry. So thank you. I really appreciate you. And I appreciate too that you have always removed those obstacles for me. And I also appreciate that you and my husband are such great buddies. I mean, it works really well.
He's really awesome, Connie.
He is really awesome. He is really awesome. And I told a group recently, I said, my gosh, how many husbands tell somebody, if you want to learn this business, you need to call and work with Harris Williams. Most husbands don't do that, I'm pretty sure.
Well, I can tell you what most husbands don't say too. All I can say, and this is Barry, in his purest side himself, said this to a number of people at the event. I love to see Connie happy. And she is in such a great place. That's what brings my joy. And when she's happy, I'm happy. So you picked a winner with Barry, in my opinion.
And you said it, joy and ease. That I worked 15 years in another company, really working really hard and not getting duplication because it didn't have a system, and it had a lot of corporate challenges. And to walk into a company where David Schmidt puts his money where his mouth was and hires top executives and fixes the things we need to take us to $1 billion. That was absolutely amazing to me, just to come into this systems, to come into a team that you said, it was all in place. Thank you, Gregory, because I know you're the master of the tools. Thank you to Judy for giving us nitty gritty 101. And thank you for Robin for teaching me how to coach people and work with people to get them to where they want to be and to be the best they can be. So I give all the credit to all of you, and it's been just joyful and easy.
Amen.
Okay, well, thank you guys.
You. Wow. We
Yeah.
could stop right now, but we do have a few more things to go over. tonight.
We do. We've got that filled me up. But when I started and I knew no one, I knew nothing. I had no training in my first network marketing company. I just went to people and said, I'm about to take the ride of my life and I want to share it with you. And look who we have here, that we get to literally share the ride of our lives and change lives all over the world together. I'm blessed and privileged that it's you guys. So I guess we should move on, huh?
Yep.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Harris. And I
You're
know we're
very
gonna
welcome.
get a lot more from you in days and Zooms to come. So thank you.
Zooms come.
My
So
pleasure.
So
All
we're
right.
going to move on, and we have a special guest tonight that started as a customer, and she actually had such an amazing experience through her mother, and she became a distributor right away. So I want to bring Jackie on, and Jackie, you want to briefly share the story about your mom? Why don't you unmute your line
Hi
and open
there.
up your camera so we can see? There she is. Hi, Jackie. Want to share the story? Because we like to
Hello.
share stories on this call because it's the stories that has us think of who else we can help. So over to you, Jackie. Unmute your
Thank
line,
you,
please.
Robin. Wow, what a powerful call this is. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I started on the product. A friend referred me to them about 3 weeks ago, and I was just blown away by the results, like in a very short time. My mom has cognitive issues, and within a very short time, like within like a week or 2 weeks, she was like, she was looking through photo albums, and she wouldn't even remember herself in the photo albums. And then after a couple of weeks, she would remember herself, but she remembered my dad, and she couldn't remember my dad. Like she just, but she actually said, that's my husband David, and he was lovely.
Oh.
And I almost passed almost passed out. Her mood is better. She's just paying attention to everything. Usually when I would make her something to eat, she sort of like would just look at it and walk away, but she's actually asking me questions. What's in that sandwich? I'm like, what's in that sandwich? And she's looking at me like, what's wrong with you? Why aren't you answering me? But that's an unusual question to come from my mom. We would go for walks in our neighborhood, and she wouldn't necessarily remember which street was our street. And we were walking, and I was talking to a friend across the street. She's like, Jacqueline, our house is up there. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, I was just floored because normally we would, I'd come up to the street and I would look at the sign and I'd say, Mom, what does that sign say? And, she couldn't, so yeah, she's just like come alive. Her personality's back, energy level. What's another story? Getting in the car and I always have to telling her how to put on her seatbelt. She's putting on the seatbelt. She's like telling me, it's a red light. We went on this walk that it's kind of like a landmark in our town, and she never remembers it. But when we pulled into the driveway, she was like, "Oh yeah, I've been here this has been here for a long time. I've come here all the time." So yeah, just so much, so much, and it's
Thank
only
you.
been a short time.
That story is so beautiful, Jackie, because, for a lot of people, they don't realize that one of the more recently published studies was from Dr. Chevalier on cognitive function. And to get your mother back, what's the value in that? Her personality has come back, her memory, her quality of life, and you get to witness it. You're her caregiver, so you really, really see it every single day. That's so beautiful. Well, we look forward to an update soon to hear that she's
Thank
dancing
you.
again, okay?
Oh, she's dancing.
All right.
She's
Thank you,
dancing.
Jackie, and welcome
Thank
to
you for
our,
having me.
so great to have you here. So glad you could be on our call with us. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Okay, so we'll kind of go quickly through the next several things. And Gregory, you want to pull up the screen again? Doctor's call. Tomorrow night, we have the LifeWave introduction in X39. And we have our rotation of doctors. We have Dr. Jeff Hubbard on. We actually are going to add a new doctor soon. So I look forward to introducing you to Dr. Stewart down the road. But Dr. Jeff is a big hit, as they all are. Everyone gets their favorites. So that's tomorrow night. And then on Wednesday, this is a little embarrassing, but I'm your speaker on Wednesday on LifeWave Connect, and you can register in the back office. It's at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. Pacific, and I'll be talking about leadership and sharing a bunch of stories. Saturday, we have our distributor trainings. We're going through the proven plan of action, prepare, share, care, and enroll. And we're going to be doing some drilling down into sharing on Saturday. And then we started something new. We have our text service. If you would like a reminder an hour before we have our calls, that's available. You just, instead of typing in someone's name, you type in 96,000, and then you write in the message, live younger, and you'll be getting a reminder 1 hour before each of our Zooms and meetings. And then the new section on our newsletter is called Good to Know. And we've had some challenges with people kind of disappearing when they're enrolling people into other people's businesses. So when you are enrolling someone, if you're using a replicated site or your own site, just make sure that the enroller's name is in the top right. If you are not able, because of cookies and things that take you other places because the past memory of your computer, you can open up an incognito window. I'm not going to do the training on that, but get help. But do pay attention when you're enrolling someone. It's much easier to get them in the right place the first time. Okay. Let's see. We now have chats available, so you can read about that. If you have a question, you can type in an email and you'll get a quick response. Twice a month, we have 30 minutes of wisdom. Our next one is going to be one of our own. Sabine is going to help us understand how to really present ourselves well when we're sitting doing Zoom or FaceTime or this or that. And she's amazing. She's a professional actress and acting coach. So I believe we've got everything covered. There's the weekly schedule. There's things for you, things for guests, things for everybody. Do register yourself on LifeWave Connect. We have Dr. Nicholas's call. He just does an overview of all the patches. A lot of people get excited to share their stories. Great place to get stories. And we always love to thank dear Judy, our presidential director, Judy Daniel, for Nitty Gritty 101. Her heart and passion are in there. And Connie said it and Robin said it. Go to the what's new section because she changes it every day, I think. And you ask for something and it's there. So God bless you, Judy, always for giving us such amazing support that saves so much time for so many. And I think we got it covered. Any final comments, Gregory?
No, I think we got it covered. We went a little long, but I think it was wonderful. I'm reading some of the comments, and it was a very wonderful call. So good to have Robin Hoffman and Harris joining our directors leadership team. And just so everyone knows, every Wednesday morning we have a directors call. We have a directors mastermind that all of your upline directors get together, and we brainstorm. We talk about best practices, and we help sharpen each other's saw, so to say. We're growing together, we're building community, and we look forward to inviting each and every one of you to join that director's mastermind call. And we're also looking forward to, we've had our first, we're kind of coming out of the end of this pandemic, it feels like, and we had our first leadership function at Harris's home on Siesta Key, and we had a big tent out in the backyard, and we had about 50 or 60 of folks in his group there. Sorry we couldn't open it up to everybody, but we couldn't put 500 or 600 people in his backyard. But we are going to start doing regional Super Saturdays around the country. And so if that would be of any interest to you, let us know, because we have some influence with the company on where they're going to be. They're company sponsored events. We're looking at doing one in Denver, possibly in June sometime. We got folks up in Maine begging for them. Texas is a good candidate. Los Angeles, California is a good candidate, but we're really looking forward to getting out and back into the field to see the people we love and care for. So that's it from Bozeman.
All right.
All
Those are
right.
wonderful. It'd be great to see you. So Denver in, coming up soon in June, and Maine in the end of September, get to see the leaves, and many more coming. I don't think it's a regional in Mexico, but where are we going to be? Playa del Carmen?
Playa del Carmen. Yeah, we're down there with Pete Redekop's got a group launching in Mexico. So Robin and I are going to make the plunge. We got to go down to the Mexican Riviera for a few days in a few weeks, and we'll be down there for about a week, helping Pete and his new Mexican team get going. So look forward to getting back on the road a little bit and seeing some of you folks, as our businesses continue to grow.
Wonderful. Thank you all for being with us and hanging out a little extra. Congratulations, Harris, Robin. Thank you, Connie. Thank you, Jackie. Wonderful to have everyone together, and we just keep growing. It's great. We're taking the ride of our lives, and we get to do it together with you. Bye, everybody.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.